Are you learning Arabic verbs right now and feeling confused by the endless list that seem to make no sense? Well, you're not alone. I'm right there with you. When I started learning verbs a couple of weeks ago, I was overwhelmed by these endless tables of verbs with almost little to no real life example sentences. That didn't work for me. In order for me to understand how verbs are used and the different conjugations, I needed them to be broken down by the different tenses, and I needed real life everyday sentences that showed me how the verbs were used in a real conversation. So I created a learner PDF just for myself, which I will be sharing with you. In this PDF, what I've done is I've taken one individual verb at a time. I've created separate tables for the past, present, and future tense with the conjugations. And here's the best part. I've included real life everyday sentences which show you how the verbs are going to be used when you're having an actual conversation. This helps the verb stick in your mind way better than it would ever be with just memorizing verbs endlessly from a list. I can promise you that nothing like this exists out there. This is built out of my own sweat, blood, and tears. And these PDFs are broken up with 5 verbs at a time. I'm going to be releasing the first set of 5 essential verbs this week, and this is the first video that is pertaining to that PDF. There are hundreds of Arabic verbs out there, but you really don't need all of them in order to have an everyday conversation. So what I've done is I've picked out 30 to 40 of the most essential words. I'm still deciding if I want to go with 30 or 40, and I'm going to compile them in a PDF just like the one that I'm going to be releasing. And it's going to be sets of 5 essential verbs so that you don't get overwhelmed. These verbs are broken up by the different tenses, the conjugations, and they've come with their own set of simple sentences. So I really do hope that you guys take a look at this PDF. It's available in my Ko-fi store. Link is in the description below. And please do support me by purchasing. It really gives me encouragement to create more. And now let's get started with the verb of today. The verb we're going to be covering today is to go, or yaru. We're going to be starting with the present tense conjugations of this verb, followed by simple sentences utilizing this verb in the present tense, and then we're going to move on to the past and the future tense. And I'm going to be utilizing my self-created PDF in this lesson. It is available for purchase. Again, link is in description below. Let's get started now. So I'm going to be putting up the present tense conjugation table right here, and you guys can follow along. The first pronoun is I, and if you're saying I go, we're going to say aru. I go is aru. Then you go, if you are referring to a male, is turu. You go, if you're referring to a female, is turuhin. He goes is yiru. She goes is turu. In most of the words, you're going to see that you male and she, they're same. So whatever verb is for you male is going to be repeated for the she. Okay, you're going to notice that once we keep on covering verbs. Okay, we go is nuru, and they go is yuruhun. We've just covered the present tense conjugations for the verb to go. Now we're going to be using these conjugations in simple sentences so that you know how you can use them in real life. Let's take the first one, aru, which is I go. A sample sentence you can make is aru amshi bellel. This is actually something I do, and this is where the sentence was inspired from. Aru, I go, amshi, for a walk, bellel is at night. I go for a walk at night. I really do, especially since the weather has become so nice. In Arabic, there is a bit of a relaxation when it comes to prepositions, so you don't really need to insert a lot of fors or a lot of tos or us, so don't worry about that too much, okay? And for now, we're just keeping it simple anyways. So if you say aru amshi billel to someone, they will understand what you're saying. Now let's move on to the second one. Turu. Turu is you go male. Inta, turu, ad-davam, badri. Remember what I told you, in Arabic, the difference between a question and statement is usually just your tone. The sentence structure is not really going to change. Why have I put inta here? I have put inta here because if you remember, I told you the verb for you male and the verb for she are the same, correct? When you conjugate them. So just to clarify who I'm talking to or who I'm talking about, I've added an inta, right? Otherwise, you could have just assumed that I was talking about she because it's the same, turu. So inta turu ad-davam badri. Inta turu, means you go. Ad-dawam is work. And badri means early. So you go to work early. Or you can also phrase this as a question. You go to work early. So inta tru ad-dawam badri. Now the next one is you go female, which is truhin. Truhin al-mall wayed. You go to the mall a lot. Okay, so truhin, you go. Al-mall, to the mall. Wayed, a lot. Let's do another one. Yuru. Yuru is he goes. Yuru, Abu Dhabi. Kil usbu. He goes is Yuru, Abu Dhabi, to Abu Dhabi. Kil usbu, every week. He goes to Abu Dhabi every week. Next is she goes, which is, remember, the same as you go meal. So tru. Tru al gym kil yom. She goes to the gym every day. Tru, she goes al gym, to the gym every day. Tru al gym kil yom. Now let's do we go, which was what? Nuru. Nuru al matam lil asha, which is we go to the restaurant for dinner, or we are going to the restaurant for dinner. Lil asha is for dinner. One thing I forgot to mention in the beginning is that, so the verb go not only covers I go, it also covers going. So we are going, you are going, he is going. Anything that is happening in the present tense, whether it's right now or whether it's continuous, that is covered by this verb. So nuru al-matam, lil asha could also mean we are going to the restaurant for dinner, or we go to the restaurant for dinner. Okay? Now let's do they are going, or they go. So yuruhun al-bahar as-sub. They are going to the beach in the morning, or they go to the beach in the morning. Both are fine. Okay, we just covered the present tense conjugations. How are you guys doing? Holding up fine? Let's go ahead and cover the past tense of the verb go. I'm going to put the table up right here. It's the same thing. We're just going to conjugate the pronouns. So I went is going to be sart. You went male is also going to be sart. You went female is going to be sarti. He went is going to be sar. She went is going to be sarat. Here's something you need to understand. I told you in the beginning when we were doing the present tense conjugations, you, male, and she are usually identical. They're the same. That is not applicable when we're talking about the past tense. That is usually only applicable from what I've studied in the present tense and the future tense. So in the past tense, you, male, and she is completely different. They're their own verbs. Okay, so back to the lesson. We went is sarna and they went is saru. Now let's go ahead and make some simple everyday sentences. Please note that the ones that I'm giving you are just examples that I came up with. Please feel free to experiment and come up with your own sentences. And if you would share with me in the comments your own sentences, that would be great, because that would help all of us learn. Sart al-jim yom al-ithnain. So there are a couple of new words in here, even for me, when I was preparing this PDF. Sart is I went. Al-jim is to the gym. Yom al-ithnain. Now, in English, when we say on Monday or on Tuesday, right? This is the equivalent of that in Arabic. So Yom al-ithnain is on Monday. So Sart, I went. Al-jim, to the gym. Yom al-ithnain, on Monday. All right? When you are doing the past tense conjugations of verbs, the I, the conjugation for I and the conjugation for you, male, are going to be similar. Okay? Just like they were similar for you, male, and she in the present and the future tense. In the past tense, the I and the you, male are going to be similar. That is as per my understanding of the verbs that I've covered so far. All right? And how are we going to differentiate from Sart I and Sart you, male? We're going to do that by putting the enta. So enta Sart means that I'm talking about you, male. All right? And if I just say Sart, it means I'm talking about myself. So enta Sart al cinema assa arba. The Sart is you went al cinema, to the movies or to the cinema. And assa arba is how you define time. In this example, I'm saying that you went to the cinema at 4. So assa arba is 4, right? At 4. Okay? And if you're confused, don't worry. I have a short coming up really soon where I cover how you talk about time. That was confusing for me too, but Honestly, it's just about putting asa and then the number after it. It's really that simple, but I will cover that in a short. All right, so don't worry about it. And I will also be covering how to say the days of the week with like on Monday, on Tuesday in a short. So both of those things will be covered, don't worry, okay? The next one is you, female. So sarti betha al-yom. Sarti means you went. Betha is her house, remember? This is the noun with the possessive suffix. So if you're interested, that lesson is going to be somewhere up here. I'll link it. You guys can check that one out. It's really helpful. So sarti betha al-yom. Excuse me. You went to her house today. All right? The next one is he went. And he went was what? Sar. Sar al-bahar. Let's keep it simple. He went to the beach. Khalas. Next one is sarat. Sarat is what? She went. Sarat ad-dawam metakhir al-yom. So sarat, she went ad-dawam to work. Metakhir means late. Today. She went to work late today. I've tried to keep the sample sentences as close to what you would say in real life. Okay, there are not textbook sentences that you're like, ye kahan apply hoga, you know, it's nothing like that. I've tried to keep them as close to real life as possible so that you actually build up a phrase bank, you know, that you can use when you are speaking. Next is we went. Sarna. Sarna al-matar asa wahid. We went, sarna al-matar, to the airport. Asa wahid, at 1. We went to the airport at 1. Going to the airport is something that people in Dubai do a lot, either to drive themselves or to pick someone up. So I felt this would be very appropriate to have in your phrase toolbox. Saru. Saru is they went. Saru al-hadiqa as-sub. They went. Saru al-hadiqa is the park. As-sub is in the morning. So they went to the park in the morning. Okay. How are you doing? We just have one more set of conjugations left to do, and that is the future one, and then we will be finished with this lesson. I hope I'm not boring you guys too much. I know it's verbs, so technically boring is built in, but I do hope I'm making it a little bit more exciting. Well, I'm excited. I'm learning a new language on my own with my own resources, so super excited. And I'm excited I'm sharing it with you guys and hopefully making it easier for you. I just had chai, so I'm really excited. Chai does for me what coffee does for most people. It pumps me up, especially if it's good chai. Okay, future tense of the verb to go. Conjugation table up. I will go will be baru. Here's one important rule. When you're talking about the future tense, okay, for verbs, you're going to take the letter B or B and you're going to stick it in front of the verb, okay? So once you take the letter B and you stick it in the verb, it becomes future tense, all right? So aru, remember, from the present tense, we stick a B on there and it becomes a future tense. So aru will become baru. You male are going, that is going to be, remember, it was taru, it's going to become batru. Batru, all right? You female are going, you female will be going, it's going to become batruhin. Ba plus the present tense verb. Then we have he will go. He will go was what? Remember, present tense क्या था इसका? इसका present tense था yuru. So yuru के आगे लगाएंगे b और उसको बना देंगे बेरू और बेरू. Excuse my pronunciation. Please pronunciation की वजह से मेरे पीछे लट लेके मत पड़िएगा. मैं सीख रही हूँ. सीखते लोग ऐसे ही हैं. जब साइकिल भी चलाते हैं तो एकदम से दौड़ना नहीं शुरू हो जाते. बहुत दफ़ा गिरते हैं. Training wheels use करते हैं. तो think of me as still on training wheels. All right? बेरू. All right? Then we have she will go. She will go में हमने क्या किया था? हमने लिया था you male, which was what? True. तो उसके आगे हमने लगा दिया be, but true. Right. Then we have we will go. We go का क्या था? Nuru. Nuru के आगे लगाया be and we made it into Bnuru. ठीक है? Then we had Yuruhun. उसको हमने बना दिया Beruhun. ठीक है? These are our future tenses. अब इसके बनाते हैं जल्दी से sentences और फिर आप कर लें अपनी छुट्टी. Let's talk about I will go. Buru al-mall yom ahad. I will go to the mall on Sunday. Batru. Inta batru al-matar asa ashar. What does that mean? That means that you are going to the airport at 10. Now the next one is you female, which is batruhin. بتروحين الدوام اليوم. She will go to work today. بيرو المستشفى المساء. What does that mean? بيرو, he will go. المستشفى is a hospital. In the evening, المساء. Next is بترو, but this is for she will go. What you can do to clarify that you're talking about she is you can put a he in front of it, right? She का क्या है pronoun? He. So he بترو الحفلة المساء. She will go to the party in the evening. Next one is बनरू. बनरू क्या था? We will go. हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं? वैसे चले जाते हैं. थोड़ी पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं. बनरू الجامعة bachelor. We will go to the university, or we will go to university tomorrow. And let's do our last one. बेरुहून. बेरुहून कौन थे? They will go. बेरुहून Abu Dhabi عقب أسبوع. बेरुहून is they will go. Abu Dhabi عقب أسبوع is next week. And that's it, guys. We just covered the verb to go, the past, present, and future conjugations, plus almost 18 sample sentences that will prove to be very valuable in your phrase toolkit. I really do hope that this lesson was helpful for you. It definitely was very helpful for me in understanding verbs, the different conjugations, and in understanding how to be able to use them in real life, because that I felt was the essential component that was missing in so many other resources. I really do hope that you check out my learner PDF on my Ko-fi store. This is part 1, like I said, of the Essential Verb series. I will be creating and releasing more parts of this verb PDF. It's going to take me some time because I research, I create these PDFs from scratch, and there's a lot of cross-checking and verification, and a lot of coming up with sentences that are beginner friendly for you and for myself as well. I don't want to make sentences that throw a lot of new words at us as learners, because that's very confusing. So I do hope you guys check that out, and please do purchase them, support my channel, and I would love to hear your feedback on the PDF in the comments down below. And if you're interested in learning the essential verbs in Emirati Arabic, then please do follow along with this series and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.